What's up gamers, Coach Brandon here, and today we're going to be talking about how you can manipulate the minion wave to throw your opponent into a frenzy. Before we go any further, I release weekly videos here on Game Gym, so always make sure to come back and check the new content from me if you want to hit your rank goal before the season ends. Okay, let's get into the video. To warm up, you should load into the practice tool and practice just last hitting minions. I know I've asked you to do this before, but this time you want to really focus on last hitting the minions as it is a core concept to what I'm going to explain in this video. Pick your champ of choice and really work on getting those last hits onto the minions with your auto attacks. No abilities here, just autos. Unless it's an ability like Ezreal Q or Yone Q. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes so that you get comfortable with the kill range of your autos on the minions. The reason I'm emphasizing this so much is because if you just carelessly push the waves or manipulate waves without getting the gold from the minions, these strategies become a lot less effective. So it is extremely important that you practice your CS mechanics properly. The first wave manipulation tactic I want to bring up is the slow push. Slow pushing is when you only last hit minions so that the wave slowly builds up and eventually will crash a big wave under your opponent's tower. Slow pushing is extremely effective because it gives you a big timer to leave your lane. There are many options for you once you have built up your slow push, and these include putting down deep vision, roaming to another lane, or backing and buying items. To start building your slow push, you want to be doing slightly more damage to the wave than your opponent. You can do this by seeing how they are hitting the wave. If they're trying to push by using abilities and constantly autoing the wave, then you should do the same. If they're only trying to last hit, then quickly kill one minion so that you have more minions alive than your opponent, and then match their last hitting. Doing this will ensure that you almost always have more minions than your opponent, which means your wave will always be the one pushing. To practice this, you can load it to a bot game and try and slow push against the bot opponent. I recommend going mid for this drill since in bot games, the bots stack both top lane and bot lane. Doing it in mid will leave you in a 1v1, will give you the best practice. The second wave manipulation tactic that you should abuse is called freezing. Freezing is when the minion wave is stuck just outside your tower range, making farming extremely safe for you and very dangerous for your opponent. The easiest way to do this is to do the opposite of what you did in drill 1. Instead of trying to outpace your opponent with hitting the wave, you want to be doing slightly less than them. For example, if they're using abilities on the wave, you should just auto. This way, the wave should slow push into you, but don't let the wave build up too much. You only want about 4 to 5 minions to be pushing towards you. Once you have 4 to 5 enemy minions, drag them to just outside your tower range and then hold them there until your minion wave comes to match them. Once this happens, the next enemy minion wave comes, you want to thin the enemy wave until it's back to 4 to 5 minions. If you're able to keep the 4 to 5 minions stuck outside your tower, the wave will be stuck there and you will freeze the lane. And the more you practice this, the harder it becomes for your enemies to break it. Freezes are extremely beneficial because they require your opponent to either break it, which makes them extremely easy to gank, or they'll miss a high majority of their farm. Abusing freezes is the easiest way to win free laning phases, especially in low elo, when nobody has any clue as what you're doing. To practice this, go into a bot game. Again, I recommend mid lane even if it's the hardest lane to freeze, and practice freezing waves against bots. Now that you understand the two main wave manipulation tactics, let's talk about how to set up for free from the very first wave. If you don't have to leash, a very easy lane manipulation tactic you can do is to walk into the lane before the minions crash and drag the enemy minions a little bit towards your opponent's side of the lane. Doing this will start a slow push for your enemy without them even having to start it themselves. The reason you want to do this is because the wave will automatically be pushing into you because you caused the wave to be on their side of the map, meaning that the wave will slow push to you. You can turn the opponent's slow push into a freeze by dragging the minions when they eventually reach your side of the lane. Doing this effectively causes you to win the lane from level 1, so it's a really fun and cool trick to learn and practice to use in your games. Before doing it in a real match, I recommend going to a bot game and trying to use this early manipulation tactic as it can take some time to remember how to do it and learn how to do it effectively. Again, I'm Coach Brandon, and today we went over various lane manipulation tactics to help win you games almost even before they begin. I hope these drills and practice help you, and if you have any questions, you can always leave a comment and I'll do my best to address them. As always, remember to stay hungry, stay humble, and I'll see you next time on the Rift.